Live from wherever it's Shadeway Man presents to Wrestle Anime Starter Man Tonight we got the plus, but it's up to plus. The Wrestling Report order where I'll take a 30 minutes of our lesson. Now here are your hosts of the 80th minute of the 11 o'clock hour, 30 minutes, Alexi. Welcome to the show. I'm Jay. That's Steve.
Hey, how you doing?
And if you're wondering why I sound a little quiet, I don't know why, but my mic is acting weird, so can't fix that. Okay, so what was I gonna do? Okay. I can hear crackling, so that's a good sign. Okay. Ha! Load. Oh, okay. Alright. Well, first off, we got some Toonami news on the 29th, which is next week. Toonami will add a new show, and here's your new lineup. At midnight, it's Dragon Ball Super. At 12:30, it's JoJo Golden Wind. At 1, it's Assassination Classroom. At 1:30, it's Black Clover. At 2, it's Fire Force. At 2:30, it's Never Disappointed. And at 3, it's Samurai Jack. So, there's the lineup. And now, here is your preview for last night on Toonami because, well, screw you. On Batman, Gotham Knight, The Dark Knight battles Scarecrow, Killer Croc, and Deadshot. On Batman, The Dark Knight Returns Part 2. Batman and his new sidekick Robin deal with the Joker's newest plot while Superman brings a global catastrophe to Gotham. And I give us a Machu Picchu. On his way to see the channel's all culture, the water goddess, and tennis. Makazu is tricked by Interpol and is forced to deal with unlikely wannabes. And Makazu holds hands with the god of tennis and sings at one point. And now it's time for the rest of the show. And take it to Steve.
Hey, how y'all doing? Alright. Welcome to the magical, mystical world of pro wrestling. And since we're doing a Sunday gig, yeah, that's right. It's a Sunday gig. It's a fun day gig. Let's get on with this thing and give you an update on whatever their pay-per-view is called. We'll just call it Thunderdome XL. Oh, yeah, it's SummerSlam. Either way. So, let's get to it, shall we? Now, SummerSlam come to you. Now, before you say it, they moved. That's right. They're no longer at the Performance Center. They are at the Amway Center. Ooh. Yes, friends. They are coming to you from the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida, or as it would like to be known now as the Thunderdome. Where today, the pre-show, we said goodbye to we said goodbye to Renee Young, and we wish her well in her future endeavors. AEW. So, let's get the whole thing started. Let's start first with the pre-show. That was the U.S. title match between Apollo Crews and MVP. Apollo Crews won. After the match, Crews stands tall as the music hits. MVP and Lashley rush the ring, but Crews avoids a beatdown and retreats to the ramp with the title. Let's see. We begin with, of course, pyro and everything. The SmackDown Women's title match. Who won that one, you may ask? Bayley. Wow. After the bell, the music hits, but Sasha Banks immediately rushes the ring and unloads on Asuka. While she's down, they double-team Asuka and drive her into the mat. Bayley exits the ring with the title and kicks at some of the virtual fans at ringside. By the way, we got a little thing for you coming up. I think it'll be lovely. Don't you? I hope. Now, Tom Phillips, Samoa Joe, Byron Saxton are at ringside. We also get a video look at Nexus. Retribution. Kevin Owens is out next to join the announcers for commentary as we bring you the Raw Tag Team Titles match. Andrade on Angel Garza taking on the Street Profits. Who won it? The Street Profits. And the next match is a no DQ. Loser leaves WWE. Sonya Deville versus Mandy Rose. And the winner of that match is Mandy Rose. That means Sonya must adios, muchachos, from the WWE. Otis runs down with his Money in the Bank briefcase to celebrate in the ring with Rose. Rose tries to do the caterpillar as Otis looks on. Let's move on, shall we? The street fight has Dominic. They're going to change my name, Mysterio, versus Seth Rollins. This was an interesting match. Seth Rollins won. After the match, Rollins stands tall as Murphy as music hits. Ray is still reaching for Dominic, but the cuff has him attached to the rope. Referee checks on Dominic now. Rollins exits the ring as we go to replay. Ba-dum-ba. Raw Women's title match. Asuka taking on Sasha Banks. And the winner and new Raw Women's Champion, Asuka. After the match, Asuka takes the title and celebrates as her music hits. Banks sits up and she looks confused, angry. Bayley comes in to apologize, but Banks stares over her, then back at Asuka. Asuka makes her exit with the title. Speaking of titles, the title match, Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. And Drew McIntyre won that match. Wow. After the match, Orton and McIntyre are both stunned. Orton goes right to the floor and sits against the barrier, stunned at the loss. Drew recovers and takes the title. He says this isn't his title or Orton's title. This is everybody's. Gee, I wonder where I heard that speech from. Oh, yeah. Yeah, when Moxley won the AEW world title. Almost said the exact same thing. Strange, isn't it? Michael Cole and Corey Graves lead us to a promo for tonight's main event, the Falls Count Anywhere match for the WWE Universal title. Bray the Fiend Wyatt taking on Braun Strowman. Who wins that? Of course, the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Yay. Fiend gets up, drives Strowman. Won't do that. We'll just do this. After the match, the Fiend stands tall with the title as his music hits. Fiend is suddenly attacked by someone from behind. It's the returning Roman Reigns. Reigns takes Fiend out with a spear. Reigns unloads and then hits a spear on Strowman at ringside. Reigns yells that he made Strowman, and Strowman isn't a monster unless he's here. Reigns grabs a steel chair and unloads on Strowman at ringside over and over with chair shots while he's down. Reigns returns to the ring and takes Fiend out with another spear. Reigns picks the title up and talks trash at the Fiend while he's on the mat. Reigns raises the Universal title in the air as SummerSlam goes off the air. Now, I did mention there was some things that the WWE didn't particularly see, like, for example, one of the fans in the Thunderdome held up a sign that said, and I'm trying to find the thing here, but I don't think they have all the pre-schmucky here. Do they, or do they not? One of them had a sign saying fire, and my brain cells have just taken a little sort of a, oh God, what is his name? Rainbow Bright or something like that. And another fan mooned. Well, I bet you those two won't be invited back. But anyway, that was WWE SummerSlam inside the Thunderdome. And, wow. Nice, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay, let's get you some more latest news and then get you ready for a little commentary. So, wowee. My brain cells are going to come up with the name. Let's see. Oh yeah. Triple H had his little callie. And one of the questions was, what happened to Mauro Ranallo? Well, here we go. Not present at the show was NXT play-by-play commentator, NXT TakeOver Triple X. Mauro Ranallo. It was reported that Ranallo had returned to Canada to be with his family, but there have not been other reports indicating why he has done so, nor when he will return. Corey Graves filled in on commentary with Vic Joseph and Beth Phoenix. Triple H commented on the situation. Mauro just wasn't available tonight since we announced TakeOver Triple X. Corey Graves did commentary on the first one, and he'd been wearing me out on doing commentary for this one since we first mentioned it, and Mauro's not available, so here we are. I thought he did a phenomenal job. I thought he, Vic, and Beth did an amazing job. I thank him for being here, and I thank him for wanting to be here because, like I said, he did the first one. It was so meaningful to him, just him getting done last night and big day tomorrow. So there we go on that one. And I know one thing. I am... this is what is meant by getting prepared, or prepared, if you ask. Okay, now you may have heard me cough the words AEW. There is a hot rumor that Renee is going to sign with AEW. However, they don't know in what capacity. There are some reports where she will be a backstage reporter, to where some are speculating that she may wind up to be the manager of Jon Moxley, and she'll make a shocking appearance during All In from, well, it won't be from Vegas, from wherever it is. So that's going to be fun. Also, speaking of which, Jim Ross had a couple of things to say about WWE and his commentary being edited out of WWE. During the latest episode of the Grilling JR podcast, Jim Ross went back and rewatched the infamous Milkomania episode of Monday Night Raw in 2001. Ross talked about the invasion angle, his views on why it was a failure, and how he believed turning Stone Cold heel was a massive mistake. He also talked about how his commentary had been taken out of several clips on the WWE network. He referred to that as a clear sign that WWE and Vince McMahon truly believe AEW is a legit threat to the company. We'll make that official when we see Renee. Let's see. That's about that on that. Ooh. Now, let's go to the next one. Next story here. Oh, boy. No, it wasn't Turner the Cross. No, I got... oh, boy. Okay, let's keep going. We got more wrestling news and a little entertainment news and my commentary on what had to be the future as DC Comics opened their fandom up. And I will say this, it was very good. Could be the future. Okay. Well, it looks like Joseph Parks is now trolling for the AEW. The Phenomenal One returned to his bi-weekly Twitch stream earlier this week to talk about the current events in pro wrestling. He began the stream by clearing up rumors surrounding Joseph Park's current character in WWE, saying that it is in no way a jab at AEW or Tony Khan. Ooh. Nice. Okay, let me... for the life of me, I cannot think of that guy's name. Usually I could. Okay, anyway, let's no, not Matt Riddle. Maybe this is... We'll come back to that as soon as my brain cells get de-warped. My apologies, folks. But they're going to tighten up the big old rules. I thought I had his name. Oh well. Okay, that's going to get me, I tell you. Okay, let's keep going here. For one more little goofy denoofy here. It's probably been reported that there was an attempted kidnapping of Sonya Deville. Fox 13 Tampa has revealed video of Sonya Deville testifying at the pretrial bail hearing for attempted kidnapping suspect Philip Thomas earlier this week. Thomas's public defender tried to get him a $2 million bond, but Judge Caitlin denied that request. He will remain incarcerated at the Hillsborough County Jail until trial. If you want to, you can read the disturbing details, but we'll pass that by. From DeVille's testimony on various threats, Thomas II made to her, along with details on what happened when she confronted him in her home this past Sunday, and full details on his background. And you can also find out news on how the WWE stars reacted to the incident, including news on gun permits being applied for. Okay, and that's going to rack her up on the pro wrestling portion of our news. Now let's get over to our entertainment section. There we go. We're speeding up nicely. We got the breaking news. Ex-E1 executive Peter Michelli reuniting with top CAA cohorts to form a management venture. Ain't bad. Now, let's go for the fall 2020 premiere dates. There we go. Okay. So that has been removed. Okay, thank you, Deadline. You removed that one. Okay, hilarity. All right. Producers from... this is going to be fun. Producers from The Apprentice will help plan the Republican National Convention. We'll just skip that. And let's get... the Indianapolis 500 went to Takuma Sato, his second in a row. The race finished under yellow, and NBC did a very good job in their second year of covering the race, taking over for ABC. Across the pond, it looks like the one will be the only. BBC announced that it is rebranding its radio units, its radio and TV units after the number. Like BBC One will be radio and television, BBC Two in the same aspect. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Tony Hall says pandemic of misinformation means BBC has never been more important. Really? That's strange. L.A. County coronavirus report, 8 deaths and 1,908 new cases. A couple of those new cases originated from CBS Television City. Danbury mayor names a sewage plant after John Oliver following last week tonight's story on jury selection in Connecticut. Oops. And ESPN and the Little League International have reached media rights extension through 2030. That's right. They will produce and televise live Little League events as the exclusive global media rights holder of Little League Baseball and Little League Softball. Yahoo! Let's see what other little bon mots we got here. We'll just strolling here. Netflix has apologized for the inappropriate Cuties poster that was criticized for sexualizing children. Zack Snyder's Justice League Director's Cut will be 4 separate 1-hour installments on HBO Max. The trailer dropped this week. And the Batman will show the beginnings of Catwoman, Riddler, and Penguin before they realize their iconic villain potential. The trailer has been posted upwards. So if you want to go to see it, probably be nice to hit up on YouTube. Okay, and that is a little bit of the TV section. Let's give you what joy and fun the movies were. Unhinged got the top spot at the box office. That's right. As the lights were turned on at all the cinemas, also the cinemas, $4 million opening as it debuted on Saturday. Let's see, the number 2 rated movie was, so you're not going to tell me either. Okay, thank you. Here we go. Sponge on the Run was in second. Words on Bathroom Walls was on third. And those are your top 3 right there. Others include Cutthroat City and Peninsula, The Tax Collector, followed by The Rental, Tesla, The Gentleman, and there you go on that. Now, let us quickly get to the fandomic fandom, which was very good success. Let's see. Where is it? Where's the news? And might be the future of virtual conventions. In fact, they got it right. I don't want images. I want news. Thank you. Fingers fast. Let's see. Biggest moments and all the like from DC Fandom. Then I'll give you a little cheesy commentary on it. DC Comics Warner Brothers had their first ever Fandom event today, a virtual convention that brought with it new movie trailers, announcements, and exciting gameplay footage, including panels. Gotham Knights is Warner Brothers Games Montreal new open world title. The developers bought a 4-minute cinematic trailer, including various playable characters, including Batgirl and Robin, alongside gameplay footage. Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer finally arrived, and from all considerations, looks good. It will air in 4-hour-long installments on HBO Max in 2021. Director Matt Reeves and star Robert Pattinson bought the first official trailer for The Batman to fandom. The trailer sets up a Gotham City riddled with crime, with Bruce Wayne trying to figure out his place in it all. There are appearances from Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman, Jeffrey Wright's James Gordon, and more. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League reveal. Rocksteady Studios, the team behind Arkham City and Arkham Knight, finally revealed its new game, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, with a lengthy trailer. The title is a new action game starring the infamous supervillain team and is a continuation of the Arkham universe. According to Rocksteady, how that actually plays out remains unclear now. The game will be launching in 2022 for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X. Our good friend Matt will probably have more on that on the Last Call Cafe. Gal Gadot is back as Diana Prince, a.k.a. Wonder Woman, and Chris Pine is back as Macho Man Steve Trevor. The coolest part of the new Wonder Woman 1984 trailer is Kristen Wiig's Cheetah. Although Wiig's Barbara was introduced in the first trailer, this marked the first time we saw her transform into the villainous creator. Somewhere, Cats director Tom Hooper is silently cheering. Okay, the Suicide Squad roster of villains were unveiled. We didn't get a full trailer for the Suicide Squad film. We did get a roll call teaser unveiling the lineup of villains, plus a pretty funny behind-the-scenes featurette. Let's give a glimpse into the director's sequel. A panel for Andy Muschietti's The Flash was short and sweet, and while there's no teaser just yet, we did get our first look at Barry Allen's new costume. Ezra Miller will reprise the role. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson teamed up with DC Comics' Jim Lee and artist Boss Logic to create a cool concept video for Black Adam. The video gives a glimpse at Johnson in the Black Adam costume. Johnson spent the panel answering questions from fans about how powerful Black Adam is, what drew him to the role, etc., and so forth. Sandman, next Netflix Sandman series update. Neil Gaiman's Sandman series is still happening at Netflix, but because of production issues caused by COVID-19, it's unclear when the series will debut. One interesting note from Gaiman: Netflix version of the Sandman will still start in 1916, but the thing that happens in Sandman 1, the point that story starts, is not 1988, it's now. This will allow him and his team to think about what this will do to the gender of characters. What is that going to do to the nature? It'll be a pretty liberating experience. Now, it was interesting to me, at least. I got to catch a couple of virtual cons, including one, the Adult Swim Con, and that was okay. That was very nice. But when I saw the trailer for the DC Fandom, I was like, okay, this is probably going to be another one of those little taped things that you already probably get the stuff from. No, this wasn't. This was not. This was legitimately a one-night pop culture event. And the best thing about it is it was using all sorts of platforms, from YouTube to DCFandom.com to others. For example, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, the whole lovely little world. And even the panels were interesting. I earwigged a couple of them. You'll probably still see them hither, dither, and yawning on the YouTube space, but it was pretty good. The San Diego Comic-Con's virtual festival was very nice. It was hosted on various YouTube channels, but the Fandom was on DC's website for all, no cost. And it was interesting, which has me to believe that with most of your big conventions, your big pop culture conventions, going the virtual route, you think maybe that's going to happen with the major one in Detroit, Umicon. It will go virtual. It will go virtual. And of course, the day that'll happen, pigs will fly, and I will be dating Gail Godot. Good luck to us all. I mean, this Jay, you gotta believe me, DC and Warner Brothers got it right. I mean, this was fantastic. And the way they did it was interesting. And the Fandom was designed around interactivity, so once inside, you got to explore. You got to see panels from Wonder Woman 1984, The Batman, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Flash, Shazam, Aquaman, and a few other things, including the Suicide Squad game. It was very much, I'm going to consider it what the future might hold, should the future be with a pandemic no one can solve. But it was interesting and entertaining. And whether or not it's it'll be the new thing, well, that remains to be seen. Frankly, for me, I hope not. I hope everything goes back to somewhat abnormal in 2021. And we can all attend conventions and Comic-Con, Mega XP, just to name a few. This was, it was nice. But I do miss, and I know you'll agree with me, Brain, I do miss people. And I miss the creativity. I miss looking at the cosplay and everyone dressed up as their favorite anime character or pop culture character. Hopefully everything will go back to normal next year, we hope. But between now and then, enjoy what we got. Okay, Brain, I'm done with what I got. How about you?
I think we're done. I think we're done.
Okay, and folks, we're done here. This has been a presentation of Brain Scan Entertainment for Mystifying Creativity Productions and Spreaker.com. For the Brain, I'm the Baxman. Don't touch that dial.